Hey guys, welcome back to playing Desire Decorum, Book 2, Chapter 10. The fate of your engagement hangs in limbo. What will happen once the dust settles? Honestly, I forgot that this book was coming back today. But now we'll see if anybody's theory is correct, because I've seen so many theories about what happened. And I just hope the Duke did win, because I cannot handle him. At all. We are back in Desire Decorum. Put 2 Chapter 10 in the balance. Hanging in the balance like, whoa. The morning Miss Parsons' duel with Duke Richards. So quiet. The crack of the gunshot rings out through the clearing. For an instant, everything is still. As the sound fades, you realize Miss Parsons has been hit. No! Miss Parsons, no! She collapsed into the dewy grass. Duke smirks with satisfaction as she races to Miss Parsons and presses her hands to the wound at her side, trying to stem the flow of blood. No, why would you do this to me? God. But stay with me, I will destroy the Duke. Stay with me. This isn't over. Miss Parsons tries to stand but wins to collapse back onto the ground. Fresh blood wells beneath your hands. How about don't look at yourself? You only worsen the injury. But I must finish this. Duke Richards lets out a sinister laugh. Oh, I want to punch him so bad. This charade is finished. Now what? Now I will claim my prize. He steps towards your arm outstretched. Ew. Keep your hands off me. Don't you touch her. Mr. Sinclair stoops down to take the pistol from Miss Parsons' grasp and advances on the Duke. You still have to face me. What foolish idea? Why would I face you when my victory has already been secured? The rules require you, Grace. Aye, surely your second agrees. Duke Richards glances at Sir Gideon, who shrugs apologetically. Miss Sinclair tosses against the ground, scowling. Duke Richards has arrived, I'm afraid. There is no sense in adding to the list of injuries today. Have you no honor? Well, no, he doesn't. This one was totally above board, my lady. There is nothing more honorable than that. But I finally experienced my victory. You may have a moment to say goodbye. Make it count, my dear fiancé, for per the terms of our deal, you shall never see Miss Parsons again. He shoots you an evil smile that retreats to whisper with Sir Gideon. You turn your attention towards Miss Parsons. Darry, I'm so sorry. Why did this have to happen? Without hesitating, he leaned down to catch Miss Parsons in a desperate kiss. She responds weakly. You could taste her salty tears on her lips. Daria! Hear Bar's tragic sigh as the others tactfully run away. My beloved. No! Shh. Gazed down to Miss Parsons' face as the last tingles of orange fade from the sky. She better not die. This isn't goodbye. Daria. Stay strong for me, Annabelle. I will find a way back to you. Hey, Daria, allow me. Mr. Harper kneels beside you, moving your hands from Miss Parsons' side and applying pressure on your stead. Notes the gun discarding the grass a few feet away. Wait, something isn't right. The initials, they're missing. Mrs. Sinclair, that isn't your family's gun. Mr. Sinclair glanced at the weapon and his eyes go wide. I knew it. What? I knew it. It can't be. I knew it. Lady Dar, it's time for us to depart. Bring your servant girl, unless you wish to be unemployed. I hope you and Miss Parsons made the most of your final moments together. Whip your head towards the Duke, a snarl on your lips. You cheated! You bastard, you cheated. You switched the guns. I will not abandon Miss Parsons. You cannot make it. Dude, you cheated. I will not have my fiancé questioning my honor. What honor? From this moment forward, you will treat me with the respect I am due. What respect? That would be easy, as an actual pig deserves far more respect than you. Oh, he grabs you by the upper arm, forcing you to your feet and pulling you away from Miss Parsons and Miss Sinclair. Leaving now. Unhand her. You're in no position to be giving me orders. And as for you, Lady Dar, I won't forget your insolence in this matter. A girl of your status and complexion ought to be thanking whatever God she prays to that man like me wish to wed her. Ew. You reach the open field at the edge of the ruins where Duke Richards forcibly lifts you into a horse, then slaps his flank to set it trotting. Jump off! Glance back to where Mr. Harper sits over Miss Parsons, trying his best to keep pressure on the wound. As the trees begin to appear your vision, you just catch Miss Parsons' eyes flickering shut. Please stay alive. Honestly, I would have hopped off that horse. A while later, you ride back at Edgewater. And immediately dismounted, they rush towards the front door to marry Brian Toe. Duke Richards hops off his horse and follows. Where do you think you're going, my sweet? Ew. Anywhere you aren't. Come, Daria. The exit is suddenly blocked as your grandmother opens the door and emerges to the morning air. Hey, Daria, where have you been? I've been really sick. Why did you ask my dear fiancé? What, is that blood on your dress? Hey, Daria, I won't suffer your obedience any longer. You'll go to the dining room to join me for breakfast. Ew, no. Devil take me. Yeah. The word just growls. It steps towards you, but you quickly shove past your grandmother. And rush straight to your room where you collapse onto your bed and fail tears. Burr follows. Oh, Burr, how could this happen? This person was supposed to win and we would be ready to joke forever, but now... Shoulders shake as you saw a tear streaming down your face. Burr rubs her hand soothingly over your back. That's right, Dara. Cry all out. I can't even imagine how you must feel. I feel all of the above. I feel more determined than ever. Turn to face Burr, your expression hardening even as tears continue to fall from your eyes. Nothing will keep me from ending this engagement being with Miss Parsons. You do believe he has won. This is merely an opportunity to use his confidence against me. That's the spirit. Now is the time to cry, to get all the tears out, but you can't stay up here forever, or the Duke has won. You must keep on living and find a way back to Miss Parsons. She needs you now more than ever. Sniffle got to playing Burr's words at the moment you sigh heavily. You're right, I know you are. I need a bit of time to myself, but perhaps I'll make tea with my grandmother and Countess Henriette later. At least they're both on my side in their own ways. Brian, let's give you one last comforting pat on the back before leaving you alone with your sorrow. What do you do now? A few hours later. Join your grandmother, Countess Henriette, for afternoon tea in the drawing room. Good afternoon, late grandmother, Countess Henrietta. I can't imagine that is, my dear, not after news of what happened this morning. You should never have us to do so with this ridiculous duel business. What? How do you know of it? Where there's such excitement as a duel travels quickly in a place like Edgewater. Service listen, when applied correctly, talk. Do you know, and do you think anyone else knows what the whole countryside has heard? My dear, I've heard nary a whisper from Edgewater's neighbors, and they aren't ones to keep quiet about such a scandal. You tipped your hand too soon, now the chance of either of us retaining control of Edgewater next to naught. The wedding will go on as planned, and the Duke will absorb the estate to Duchy Carlington. I had no choice in the matter. What about our other plans? Cutscene waves her hand dismissively. Good luck attempting to investigate while Doer just has you under lock and key. You're hardly helping the situation. Dire Countess turns to your expression pleading. If you had only involved me in these plans, told me what happened, I could have helped. Hearing about the duel after the fact, I wish you had been more careful. Hey, Grandma, why do you think I would have trusted you? You're right, we were careless. I was doing what I thought was best for Edgewater. Honestly, she'll turn to you. Perhaps then things won't be so bleak. She passed your hand reassuringly. You must know that I will do anything to aid you. With that, she rises from her seat on the settee. Now I must return to my chambers to pen some letters. I don't believe anyone knows about the duel, as the Duke likely doesn't want to advertise, but best to be certain. I thank you, late grandmother. Once your grandmother has departed, Countess Henriette, a carefully neutral expression sours. You really have made any efforts as Grace Duke Richards far more difficult, you know. He knows just how badly you want out of the engagement, and more to the point, just how far you're willing to go to do it. Don't believe my intentions were previously shrouded in mystery, as you seem to suggest. He'll be keeping a close eye on you than ever, leaving all the actual work up to me. If you're able to pull your weight while you're a little more than captive, you had better keep your mouth shut and your eyes and ears open. Perhaps the Duke of Sir Gideon will let something slip. I will have my revenge! Kill me. The witch is getting away with this. I'll make certain of it. Hopefully. That evening, they return to rooms when Brian knocks on the door and enters with 2 bowls of steaming food. She offers you one. But let's do. Looks good. Brian, what's all this? Have the cook made us an early supper so you don't have to do a meal with the man who just shot Miss Parsons? Oh, Brian, what would I do without you? She sets the tray down on your bedspread and you both sit on the edge of the bed to eat. You're nearly finished with the meal when you hear the faintest threads of conversation coming from beyond your bedroom door. Did you hear that? It sounds like Duke Richards. Both spring out of the bed and run to the door. You crack it open just a hair, and the snippets of conversation grow clear. Need to distribute the broadsheets as soon as possible. That's a Duke, all right. Plan is to move ahead on schedule. Let's start getting. Shh. Can't wait until after dinner. We'll store the broadsheets here until then. Quiet, who knows who could be listening? Let's be on with it. Just then you see the knob on Duke Richards' door turn and begins to slide open. Close the door quietly. Without hesitation, you glide the door shut with only the faintest click. Brian both let out silently as you hear 2 steps of footsteps fading down the hall. I don't think they saw us. It was close. Indeed, but did you hear what they were discussing? A broadsheet of some sort. We must sneak into the Duke's room and look for it. That could be dangerous when he returns. I'm certain he won't. The cook is certain to growl she shot at the hunt for dinner. We relish every possible moment bragging about his skill with the gun. We have an hour and a half at least. This is plenty of time to be in and out without issue. Just think what other interesting personal things we might discover in his private quarters. This is going to cost money. Explore Duke Richard's private chambers to learn his embarrassing secrets and discover a special cabinet secrets item. I would love to learn his embarrassing secrets, but nah. I don't know, Brian. The Duke were to catch us, who knows what harm he might commit against us. At this moment, even I'm not certain what terrible acts he is capable of. Perhaps you're right. The risk may be too great. To the grave. Brian, I didn't even need to ask, but I must know. Have you heard any word of Miss Parsons? I've been waiting to tell you till you're ready. Heard from Mr. Woods, who heard from Miss Sinclair, housekeeper, who heard from his valet. Get to the point. Brian, please. After doing Mr. Sinclair managed to get Miss Parsons back to Ledford Park. She's there now, but that's all I know. I must see her now. I must know she's alive. Yes, of course, I'll help you. I'll ring the bell for Mr. Woods. He can get you safely out of the manor while everyone's still seated for dinner. What about you? I remain behind your bed. If anyone comes looking for you, they will think you simply turned in early. Aw, thanks, Briar. I didn't know what I did to deserve such a mischievous best friend, but I'm glad to have you, Briar. Say nothing of it, Daria. Minutes after Briar rings for Mr. Woods, he arrives at your door. Can you need my lady? Miss Daly's mentioned you might have need my services. Follow me. Mr. Woods leads you through the Edgewater house undetected and soon you're more safe into the nighttime air. He quickly prepares 2 horses for riding. Thank you, Miss Woods, but you need not accompany me. Not so later, Dara. Brian will never forgive me for letting you make the journey alone. So it's just for you to mount your horse. Soon you both set out on the road to Ledford Park. Hey, Dara, I feel so sorry for you after hearing about this morning. Cold comfort though it may be, I've done my best to keep word for spreading amongst the servants. That's very kind of you. I may be overstepping, but it's Miss Daly all right. She must have had quite a fright in witnessing something so terribly violent. Far stronger than you know, Mr. Woods, shaking even if she won't admit. Lucky to have you looking out for her. Ooh. He shakes his head. It's nothing really, it's what anyone would do. Right. Brian doesn't think of you as just anyone. You and Mr. Woods continue riding through the grounds to Edgewater in silence. As soon as you arrive at Ledford Park, I shall wait with the horses. Thank you, Mr. Woods, for all this. Mr. Woods bows and you turn to approach the mirror. You knock on the door and moments later it opens to reveal Mr. Sinclair. Lady Dara, please come in at once. Oh, Miss Sinclair, what a relief it is to see you. And you, Miss Parsons, have been asking for you ever since you parted. You mean Miss Parsons? Alive miraculously, yes. I was able to keep her alive until Dr. Carring could attend to her. The doctor assures us Miss Parsons will live. Can I see her? I'm certain it'll do her a world of good. Come this way. Sakura leads you through a door and down to a hallway, finally pushes open a heavy wooden door that opens to reveal Annabelle! As soon as she steps in the room, Miss Parsley still smiling weakly. Her face is wan. Dario, my daughter, how I've longed to see your face. Rushed to her side, and Mr. Clare tactfully studies nearby painting. Annabelle, I wasn't sure I'll see you again. I dare you take a bullet for me. Finally, I can breathe again. Say this. Miss Parsley takes your hand in a feeble grip. That's my Dario. No matter the distance or the obstacles my way, I will always find my way back to you. Ah. Parsley lifts your hand to her lips and brushes them gently over her mother's ring. I read your visit has done more to heal me than any physician, and Dr. Karen may have worked a miracle and saved my life. Does that make me your guardian angel? Always. As far as expression turns serious, she immediately waves Mrs. Clare closer. Dad, I wish I could gaze into your eyes forever, but there's a serious matter we must discuss. Something went terribly wrong with the duel. Other than the obvious? Yes, my aim was true. I pulled the trigger, but the gun didn't fire. And I checked the pistol just before the duel. It was loaded and functional. Yes, but the gun you checked is not the gun Miss Parsons wielded. The engraved initials was missing. The gun must have been switched for another. It's true, my family's pistol is nowhere to be found. This was the Duke's doing, I know it. I'm inclined to agree. He distracted everyone while Sir Gideon made the trade. Yep. He couldn't risk losing, couldn't leave anything to chance. So he cheated. On his honor, he said, why did I not stop to consider that he has no honor? I can't believe I did not notice the gun was wrong. I should have prevented this from ever happening. No, Duke Rich is the only villain here. I'm the one who should have seen this gun. No! You could have noticed what happened. None of us are responsible for Duke Rich's wickedness. There's nothing to be done for it now. You have to find another way to break the engagement. We'll never give up on him until we are free of him. Miss Parsons gives you your hand another gentle squeeze and looks to Mrs. Sakura. Mrs. Sakura, may I have a moment alone with Lady Dara? He hesitates. Dr. Karen advised plenty of rest, but I will agree to it if Lady Dara promises to care for you. I couldn't do anything less. And no strenuous activity. Yo. I'm an honor. I wish only to make the most of what precious little time we have together. In that case, the choice is Lady Dara's to make. To Miss Parsons exclusively to get private time with her and for a chance to improve the relationship. Annabelle, you need your rest if you are to heal. Besides, I shudder to think what might happen if I'm caught away from Edgewater. Of course, you're right. I must allow my desire for your presence to compromise your safety. I know not when I will see you next, but I will be working each second of each day to reunite for good this time. I have every possible faith in you. You have but one job in my absence. Get better. I will, my Daria. You bent down and pressed a kiss to Miss Park's clammy forehead and turned to rejoin Mr. Woods and ride for Edgewater. At the breakfast the next morning, you're taking a stroll in the gardens to join the crisp air and thinking about your next move when Mr. Marcaster finds you. Good morning, Mr. Marcaster. And to you, my lady. I heard about yesterday's unfortunate incident. I'm truly sorry to hear it, and I hope that Miss Parsons makes a swift recovery. I thank you, brother. I heard that Miss Stelly was present at the fair, and I wonder whether she is decent spirits. It must have been a difficult thing for her to watch. Miss Marcaster Bride does require your attention. Can you use a shoulder right now? It's fortunate to have someone like you at back. I don't want to be mean, but I don't ship them. Cause what does could use a show? Cause I feel like the second one and third one means the same thing. Like it's telling him that he should like pursue Briar, and I don't want that. Ugh. She is strong and has no use for your sentiment. No, I don't want to be mean. He frowns like, I'm sorry. No, she wouldn't, would she? Stella is in the league all her own. Can I ask what does this duel mean for the future Edgewater? He drawing a long breath and let it out slowly before answering. I can assure you that I will never let Edgewater fall to degrees. It's no concern of yours anymore. No, don't. If I could provide any assistance, you know where to find me. Your conversation was interrupted by the rival Duke Bridges, who looks both annoyed and winded. Lady, I've been looking everywhere for you. Shut up. Your Grace, I've half a mind to travel to Hazelville Manor just to ensure you haven't snuck off to see your precious Miss Parsons. I thought you may have forgotten that you are forbidden from seeing her ever again. Well, seeing as you found me safe within Edgewater fences, what do you want? You're proving yourself untrustworthy of my trust. So I wish to inform you that I moved up the wedding again. What? We shall be wed on the 17th of June, 3 weeks from today. In fact, wow. You can't. I'm not finished. You are to begin packing at once, for we're off to bathe. Wait, to bath tomorrow. I can keep you well supervised until we are husband and wife. What? We're going to bath? What's bath? What is this place? Next time I design the car, you're off to bath. What is this? Will you be able to escape the Duke's oversight in an unfamiliar city? Oh, it's a city? Or will you be kept under lock and key? A city called Bath. Interesting. I hate him so much. I just want to, ugh. So anyways, I'll see you guys next for your next chapter of Desire to Go. See you then. Bye-bye.